We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, coming to you from awesome Scottsdale, Arizona.
Today, Jill and I talk about It's Jill Friday and her take on all types of relationships. Are you looking forward to this or are you dreading it?
No, are you kidding? I love talking about this
topic.
stuff.
Just
Yeah.
actually thinking
It's
about
important. I am right. I'm going to write a book series on these things. And I will tell you how it's going to come out. It's good.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And if you are already a Land Academy member, join us on Discord.
Can you imagine? If I didn't like talking about relationships, I'd be pretty sucky in relationships.
Yeah.
Or like talking in general. It's kind of funny.
It's something that you always improve on. Like I'm always trying to be better in any relationship that I have. I'm always trying to improve.
Thank you.
Is that obvious?
It is obvious.
Is it really?
And it's appreciated. It is.
That's good. I didn't know it was obvious.
Totally. All right. Joe Haynes wrote, learning. If you want, lost my question here. Sorry.
That was me.
Okay. I guess it's like, I'm learning. If you want to use money partners, you have to use an agent. Unless the money partner will market the property with you only acting as a bird dog.
Let me explain this.
Okay.
This is a legal question.
Oh.
And the question here is, do I need a real estate license? That's really what they're asking.
Okay. I missed the whole preface of this.
The only reason that you need a real estate license, this is very important if you don't know about this. Jill and I have talked about this a lot over the years. The reason you need a real estate license is because you are representing somebody else in the purchase or sale or lease of real property. Doesn't matter what kind. We don't need licenses at all because we represent ourselves. It gets in a gray area when you take on a partner. And so here's how you can completely and totally avoid any legal issue entirely. You are on the deed. So if you're a money partner, you're on the deed. And if you're the person who brings the deal to the money partner, we call that a manager in our, there's the manager and the investor. We're the investor because we put up the money. You're the manager because you brought the property to us. And then you're going to manage the deal. You're going to actually buy it. You're going to sell it. You're going to deal with the title agent. If there is a real estate agent, you're going to deal with them and on and on and on. Great. We're all partners and we're all owners. There are times where I don't think it's appropriate for a manager, especially if they're brand new and we don't know if they're any good or not. I shouldn't say any good. We don't know how where they are in their land investing career, how educated they are yet. Where Jill and I would theoretically just be the only ones on the deed because we don't want to go through undoing stuff and have any type of confrontation with their manager. We want it to be positive. So that's where this person's saying, you have to use an agent to market the property. And then they would represent the investor. Look, if you have a side agreement, and I'm not, you didn't hear this from me. There's a workaround on all this stuff. And only if it ever went really sideways would there be a problem. So, but there is a way to legally do it. This is how you do it. And this is the vast majority of the time, this is how we do it. I just wrapped one up late yesterday with on two other members. And we're all on the deed. That because we all know each other, we've all done deals with each other before. Everybody's in the advanced Land Academy group. If something goes sideways, we're going to work it out together. It won't because it's an amazing deal. That's the answer to the question.
Thank you, sir.
Today's topic, Jill Friday and her take on relationships. This is the meat of the show.
I said yesterday it's not dating 101, but there is a part of this that is dating 101. But I want to say this is all encompassing about relationships. So here's the deal. This is why we're talking about this. It came to my attention. I don't know. What's so funny?
What came to your attention, princess?
It's hilarious. I don't know why it just hit me in the face. Seriously. Like in the last, year, I took a step back and realized what was really going on. And what was really going on was I was getting more deals. I was really starting to pay attention to the deals I was getting. When I say me, I mean me personally, because of the relationships that I would create quickly with sellers and buyers. I'm like, and I think it's probably over the time of Land Academy too, because now I'm talking to all kinds of people, and I thought this came easy to everybody, and I didn't realize it doesn't. And
I'm shocked about that too. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
I'm every month, I'm getting deals that people have said, I got 3 other offers. I like you. I pick you. I'm like, they're flat out telling me that. And they will say, because you talk to me like a real person, you explain it, you didn't over explain it, and you follow through, you're getting it done. You said it was going to be fast and easy. It is fast and easy. I know that. And I'm like, why isn't everybody doing this? So the point is, and people keep asking me for more help on this. So I'm gonna really take a step back and really talk about this and put some content together. And I realized there's kind of 5 things. I've kind of got it in 5 different books. I want to write a bunch of mini books and do a series is what I'm working on. The one I'm going to do first is business, because there's business relationships and how those should be handled, which I'm good at. I have a pretty good track record there. Personal relationships, Steven's going to decide.
What do you mean I'm going to decide?
You're going to tell me if I'm good at it?
You're fantastic at it.
Thank you. Then there's relationships with your kids.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Why you're great at personal relationships, or why anybody, I'll tell you, Jill genuinely in her personal relationships, wants people to be happy and wants people to be, what's the right word? Satisfied, or she wants everyone in her life socially to feel rewarded, and not because, like she'll make us all sandwiches just because it makes us happy. And I guess it makes you happy too.
It does. That makes me happy.
So I'll tell you, this is not the only relationship I've ever been in. And all the other relationships, the interpersonal relationships I've ever had with a woman have not been this way. Thanks. Here's another thing about you that's very unusual. You're very comfortable and you embrace your gender. You like being a woman. And there are the vast majority of women I've ever come across, and maybe this is my problem, not anybody else's, don't like their gender, and they're trying to be masculine. And or they're trying to take on the world, or I'm woman, hear me roar. And that's just, you're exactly the opposite. You're like, this is who I am. Mm-hmm. And you use it very effectively.
Thank you.
And share it. I shouldn't say use it. You share it effectively.
Thank you. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's business, there's personal, there's kids, there's parents, relationship with your parents, your family, which is different. And then employees. That's another one too. And that's come up a lot recently. I think because in Land Academy, we have a lot of members that are now, hey, I can afford to bring somebody on now. I have to bring somebody on now.
Yeah, you have no choice.
Now it's getting bigger and growing. Like, how do I hire? Who do I pick? Mm-hmm. What's a good employee? How do I pay them? How do I train them? How do I reward them? How do I, monitor them? Whatever it is, that kind of a thing. So there's a lot there that I can help with as well.
That is more than one book.
That's what I see it's 5. I see
they're very different, very, very different relationships.
Totally.
You have a completely different relationship you have with your children than you do with your friends. Right. Is friends on there?
Well, I kind of put that in personal, but I could put friend. I can do personal, which is social, like all social.
I don't know if it's my age or what, but good friendships at this point in my life are more important to me now than they ever have been. Yeah. I used to just not care at all. And having a couple of good buddies that understand and are interested in the same stuff I am is a lot of fun. Like, it really is. It makes your life better. I mean, that's why you go into a relationship. I'm going to quote Dr. Phil. I'm not a huge Dr. Phil fan, but I think he says some stuff that's pretty, and he says it in a funny way. when you go into a relationship with anyone, regardless of the type of relationship, you got to ask yourself this question: what am I giving up? What am I going to give up in my life to be in this successful relationship? And I think that always stuck with me, obviously, because
I don't see it like that.
What it implies
That's interesting.
is you're perfect on your own,
oh,
and that you don't need it. But like I just said, I mean,
my life is better. I'm not giving anything. My life is better with you.
Right. Oh yeah, me too.
Okay.
But I enjoy making you happy too. So, theoretically, you should net out a positive, not a negative, with other people in your life.
The only thing I give up is bed square footage.
I mean, there's more than one bed in this world. So there's also more than one. That's really the only thing I give up. There's more than one bedroom in this house too.
Thanks a lot. So there's that. But you know what I gain? Here's what I gain. Body heat. Because if it's cold, I'm right up next to you.
I'm aware of that.
Exactly. I have two examples of things I wanted to share about this topic. Number one, what started me on this whole relationship thing was me taking a step back and going, wow, I really am getting more deals in it than the next guy. Why am I getting more deals than the next guy? Well, it's because of the way I talk to these people and what I do. And I do it in sentences. So that's the stuff I'm going to start off with this business thing. I'm going to talk about in 5 sentences. These people are going to be your best friend.
Can you teach that?
I can. Well, I'm going to try to.
Can you really get it? Like, these are the 5 sentences?
Yeah, I really.
Wow, really?
Well, and I have them all recorded. I have all our stuff too. I can really go back and see and dissect it because I do. I do it all the time, every day.
Yeah, you could. I got
the sweet 80. I so often have people just saying, will you just take the property off my hands? And I'm like, they're like, would you pay any price? Kind of thing. I'm like, oh, shucks, kind of thing. They like me and they want to get this deal done, kind of thing. So the 2 examples are, I am really getting more deals done. I know that now. I knew it, but now I can really concretely, I could sit down and put numbers together if I wanted to with percentages and figure this out. And it's pretty darn high. The other business example I wanted to share was what just happened to you and I, as a result of a relationship that I forged with a woman, who did a mortgage for us. We just took on a large purchase, and
it's Jill's dream house, is what it is.
Yes, it is. So this woman and I befriended each other.
I call it the Godfather house. If you've ever seen the first Godfather, that house where in the first scene where the daughter just getting married, it's like that.
Okay. I have to go back.
I don't think this kind of stuff is necessary, but I did sign my name on all the documents because we're buying it for $2 million less than it's worth.
Thank you. There we go. So the point is we already won. Exactly. We don't buy anything unless we buy it right. It's that way. So I just happened to win I just happened to also win emotionally on this one. So it's good. So my point is I forged this relationship with this woman. Well, what has happened since then is one of her BFFs is a VP at this really wonderful, smaller.
It's a private bank.
Exactly. And they are befriending us and starting to roll out the red carpet. Yeah. I'm seeing what's going to unfold here. Not that I need more money available, but the beauty is dream it up. She's starting to roll out the red carpet. I get you guys. I like you guys. You befriend. Trust check. That was number one.
It's opening
and then
doors.
Financials.
It's opening doors for us.
I think relationship was first, dead serious. Second was, are you guys really who you say you are? Can you really afford to be doing this stuff?
Yeah.
That's just superficial. And then now that we have the trust and the relationship and oh yeah, you guys really are these people. I see what you got going on here. Now it's whoo, how can I help you? They want to help us. That's the thing too. They really want to help us. They want to hook us up in all kinds of other ways. So there's so many things that can come out of this by creating these friendships. And they're all sincere, by the way. You have to, I'm going to leave it on this. My number one underlying theme of everything, it's not just knowing what to say and how to say them and the tone and the canter and the words. But you have to be sincere. If you're not, none of this is going to
I
work.
agree. You can see, people can see,
Yep.
That's biology. Like you can see when someone's lying or trying to cheat you. That's just a million years of evolution where you can feel it in your bones.
Yep.
So here I have a couple questions.
Sure.
Jill came into my office yesterday and she had this little smile on her face. This happens about 3 times a week now.
Mm-hmm.
I got the XYZ property for $5,700. And this property, I think I would like to keep it. It's about 35, 40 miles south of here. Property's worth at least $50,000, probably closer to 100. It's 50 wholesale for sure. We could sell it in 5 days for 50,000. She got it for 5,700. So because it's so fresh, this is why I'm asking you. Mm-hmm. And I love that. I remember this. I don't remember all these deals, but I've been to this property in that area and I just love it.
Yeah.
What did you say to them to get, is that what we offered?
It was our offer price.
So you don't have to, they obviously.
We just connected.
Really?
Yeah.
So share that with us, please.
Well, it's the wife inherited it from her parents and it was the husband calling in. And I even think he left a voicemail. Actually, what's really funny is I didn't even take the call the first time. That's another huge thing. My voicemail is me. It's cheery. This is Jill. Leave me a message. I'll get right back to you. And not, Google Voice weird operator or anything. So I was sure it was on another call. He called in. And then, because I quickly asked you, hey, before I even call this guy back, do you want it? And you're like, heck yeah. Not only do I want it, if you can get it anywhere close to that price, it's a run to the bank situation. So I said, okay. So I just called the guy and I just had to have a few conversations with him. Not a few conversations. I pull up Neighbor Scoop. I see different names. So all I have to do is quickly uncover what's the story here.
This is a 3.5 acre property. Mm-hmm. It's zoned urban ranch, mm-hmm. and it's on a paved county road.
Yeah,
and all the utilities are at the road.
Yeah,
this is
for $5,700.
We could retire there.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a great, gorgeous property, so right tucked in a little valley. Anyway, Go ahead.
Yeah, and
I care about that. I don't know about the people. Jill knows the people. I know the dirt and the money.
So all of it, I just call and ask. Since, how are you? By the way, your name is different from the name here. What's the story? And just by the way you talk and how you treat them, you could be an operator and go, all right, first name, last name. So I'm sure some people would do that.
I'm sure they do too.
APN, county, size, please. What do you know about the property? You could go into it like that, right? And you're gonna get the information out of them, but you're not gonna make friends. Versus, just chilling out and having a conversation. Like, all right, and I was able to. He had left me our reference number on there, so I went and looked it up. So I knew what I was calling back about. Like, hey, I'm returning your call, about your property that you have out. It's like 3.5 acres, He's like, oh yeah, this is, and then he's like, this is Jill. This is the Jill. I'm like, yeah, this is Jill. Cause my name's on the letter. They're happy that it's me. And it was just a quick conversation. I'm like, okay, so who's Margaret and Tom? Okay. Those were my former in-laws. They both passed on. I'm like, and I could go right away. I could say, oh, problem. Right. But I said, okay. Did you guys happen to do probate? He's like, yeah, we did. So just, being positive about that. I'm sure that makes a difference. I didn't say red flag, and say, walk away and let him try to explain it to me. I was all cheery and happy, because I was still thinking maybe we can figure this out. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I don't want to kill the deal. I don't want to kill my own deal. I want to, bring them in. Here's my only problem. This is so funny. So did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. The only problem that I have is sometimes I get them so on Team Jill, I don't want the property and they're throwing it at me like this.
Oh yeah, we could solve that together. I'll tell you real quick whether or not to even start down the path.
It's nothing wrong with that. It's just you can't. It's nothing you did or nothing. It's just that they're just like, I like you. You sure there's any price? I'm like, you're so sweet. I'm like, thank you.
It's a good problem to have.
I'm like, darn, I'm sorry. I really am. But I've told people, look, okay, the next guy that comes along, if they're going to pay anything north of X, promise me you're going to take it. And they're like, okay, I will. And they thank me for that. It's so cute. And then the people that don't want to sell ever, I said, okay, promise me this. you will update that deed and get it in your kids' names or a trust name right away. So your kids can do something with it like you want. And they say, okay, thank you. I treat them, I treat them how I want to be treated or how I want my parents to be treated, my grandparents to be treated with respect and help.
It's just, it's still sticking in my mind. I'm sure you have it all worked out, but this is something that I think as a sort of an instructor, that's just a rule I've given myself, that would be very hard to teach because it's so, you can't deconstruct it and say, or you can't make a checklist on how to be cool on the phone, or can you?
I think you can't. I'm going to do my best.
Well, I'm taking your class because I need some serious help in this.
Well, you have me. It's okay. All good. Happy you could join us today. Monday through Friday, you can find us right here on the Land Academy Show.
Join us next week for another interesting episode. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
I didn't realize how long I was talking on that topic. Sorry.
I think that's great because that's what this is for.
Okay, good. Hopefully that helps a lot of you. Thank you for tuning in, by the way, and we hope you find our content valuable, and we really do appreciate your support. If you haven't already, please zip on over to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and please comment on the episodes that you love. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.